Welcome to your Conscious Transformations Moment for March. This month, I'm going to speak about activating your power of choice. When you decide to change something about yourself, it could be that you decide to release weight, or maybe you decide to make changes in your business, or improve your relationships. Whatever it is, when you decide to make a change, and then you decide what strategies that you're going to take to implement that change, and you start to take them, invariably something happens that causes you to take a pause. It could be that someone says something that implies they don't believe you have the ability to achieve the outcomes you desire. Or maybe you can't find the motivation within yourself to take the steps that you decided upon. Or possibly you took the steps but didn't get the immediate results that you were hoping for. Regardless of what caused it, what happens to all of us is that we stop. We stop right in our tracks and all of our momentum ceases. I call this coming face to face with the brick wall. It's your point of choice. What I love about the point of choice is that it's easy to recognize when you're there. You can recognize it by your behaviors and your emotions. I should say lack of behavior, because actually at the point of choice you have just stopped all momentum and it's so difficult to take forward action. And your emotions are typically those of disappointment, frustration, insecurity, but it all boils down to fear. We tend to label fear: fear of failure, fear of success, fear of rejection, fear of being alone, fear of taking risks, just to name a few. But in the end, I believe they all boil down to a fear of being humiliated or unloved. I'll explore this more in an upcoming Conscious Transformations moment, but for now, the important concept to understand is that in order to neutralize your fears, all you have to do is become aware of them. What that means is that you need to wake up, become conscious of what's happening at the point of choice. And when you do, you will minimize that and be able to move around the wall. I call it activating the power of choice, because when you're aware of what's happening, you can decide upon alignment strategies that you could put into place to help you neutralize your fears and get back into positive action. Here's how you do it. First, you need to get yourself relaxed. Take some deep breaths. And then move into a positive emotion, because when you're in negative emotion or fear, it's really hard to see the true picture of what's happening. So once you're relaxed and feeling a positive emotion, then begin to ask yourself questions. Why questions? What questions? How questions? For example, why can't I motivate myself to go exercise? Why don't I have belief in my ability to achieve the outcomes I desire? Some people enjoy journaling, and they do that as they work on answering these questions. And other people are able to do it just mentally. Whatever works for you, continue to ask yourself questions until you can get to the core fear that is keeping you blocked. And that fear is represented right by the brick wall. Once you see the nature of your fear, it loses its power over you and you're able to begin to move around the wall. In fact, the wall will dissipate if you learn the lesson that it represents. So you see, within every obstacle, there is the opportunity to grow in self-awareness. If you don't use the brick wall as an opportunity to learn more about yourself, and you don't activate your power of choice, eventually you will also become unstuck. But instead of moving around the wall, you'll just slowly drift back to where you started, which I believe is your comfort zone. But if you do the work at the wall, you'll realize it's just a challenge to be overcome. And once you do, you'll know and build confidence in your ability to meet other challenges as well. And before you know it, you'll have achieved the change that you desire. That's it for this month. From my heart to yours, take care and enjoy everything that life has to offer.